fanaticwrestling.com, guys. Brand new video is out by Coach DARRYL Christian. I have to tell you, if you're an aspiring wrestler or you're an aspiring MMA fighter that wants to learn wrestling, Coach DARRYL Christian, there is nobody else to go to. There is nobody better to go to. These are as plain of words as I know how to speak. If you want to see, and I'll throw myself in there, where I got my takedowns. If you want to learn why TJ Dillashaw can take everybody down in octagon. If you want to know who George St. Pierre himself turned to for wrestling attacks, for MMA, DARRYL Christian, only at fanaticwrestling.com. Get his DVD right now. Kattar versus Emmett, guys. What do you think? What do you think? And I'm talking about the decision. Did you see it that way? I predicted for you guys, I'll give myself a little credit because I don't get to do this a lot, but I predicted Emmett, right? And I predicted Emmett for a couple of reasons, most of them intangibles. First off, I'm not sure you guys know how good Emmett is. Now, this is last week. I think now that Emmett is the closest thing to Volkanovski that division has, truly. And I don't just mean good. Maybe he is the second best guy in the world. Maybe he's the best guy in the world. I'm not talking about that. But the way that he fights. I'm talking about being a big, strong guy that's got incredible endurance, that can use the wrestling offensively or defensively, but he prefers to use the hands. And when he hits you, it hurts. And he's a great competitor. Emmett really is. If this guy's just breaking on your radar, you guys are just going, hey, who's this guy that's in a main event? I guess he trains a little bit of alpha male. You're missing the Emmett, man. This guy's solid. He's very good. He's very tough. He's very durable. He reminds me a lot of Volkanovski. I've got to make that comparison. So you got him in there, and he's taking on Kattar. Now, Kattar is fast, and he's clever. We know how tough he is. We know how powerful his hands are. Can he defensively wrestle or offensively wrestle when he needs to? Is that what he's going to choose to do? Because he usually chooses to stand up and bang. I just think that Emmett has the power, might change Kattar's mind. I'm giving you the lead into the fight. I'm taking it back to what we talked about before the contest happened, because we had a lot of that right. The endurance for both guys, the grit, the toughness, the entry into the 5-round club. Both of them passed. And it was basically all stand-up. I mean, whatever grappling or wrestling they did, they're on their feet. They're trading a couple of positions. I mean, this was a brawl. This was a boxing match that got dirty. You might have seen a knee, you might have seen an elbow and a kick here and there, but these two are out there boxing, and you did have a wonderful technical display by Kattar. You had incredible speed and combinations by Kattar, but you had a raw grit power by Emmett. We see a lot of guys that do what Kattar did, right? I mean, over the years, we've seen some really good fighters come along, and that's what I'm saying about Kattar. He understands the sport. He can move. It's a thing of beauty. He can slip. He can touch the body. He can touch the head. He's got good footwork. He's a really good fighter. We don't see a lot of guys like Emmett that have the power, can land the shots, oh, and by the way, don't have to knock you out in the first round. A lot of those power guys, and I can even tie that back to Iron Mike Tyson. He's going to get you out of there. He's going to hurt you, but it's going to be early. He's going to do it early because he's going to fade over the course of the night. Mike Tyson very famously told Joe Rogan, if you try to win by knockout, you are not going to win a decision. That is extremely true. Volkanovski may be one of the rare exceptions to that analogy, and I think now you're starting to see it from Emmett. And I'm giving Emmett high praise, aren't I? I'm putting Emmett in there with Volkanovski, but guys, that might just be what it takes. It truly just might be what it takes. I don't know how good Emmett is. I don't know what the ceiling is. I do know if you want to start talking about him being a number one contender, you might be getting ahead of yourself, but one fight away, no, that sounds like we're in line. Emmett's next fight potentially being a number one contenders match, that sounds right to me. I want to talk about the decision, though. Did you see it this way? I have no problem with it. By no means do I call mistake being made. If you would have asked me after the fight, after I watched it, and prior to the announcement who won, I would have told you Kattar. I thought Kattar won. I thought a lot of those power shots that Emmett threw landed on the gloves. I thought a lot of them did. I thought Kattar's speed was good. I thought he would get credit for that. But I don't disagree with it. And I love these matches, by the way. This is just a personal note, but when I don't know who won, I think Kattar won. And then it's a split decision. I feel like I'm even smarter. I have never predicted split decision in my life. including when a fight's over and I'm with a group of people. Who do you think won? Split decision, Holloway. Never. Sometimes maybe I should, because there's really close ones. And I should know and juxtapose that 2 judges, somewhere of the 3, are going to have ascending answers. But I want to know what you guys think. Because we've been discussing judges, and we had a wonderful fight in terms of it being close between Santos and Valentina. But per the unified rules, of which say the first criteria is effective striking, it greatly favored Valentina. And at the end of the night, she got the nod. Effective striking in this contest, who did it greatly favor? You had speed and combinations versus power and grit. That's a hard one to judge because you don't have a whole huge focus group. Those power punchers like Emmett get the guy out of there. They don't go all 25 minutes unless you're Volkanovski, which is why I keep making the same comparison. Excellent fight. I got no problem with it. If you wanted to ask me who I thought won before I had the knowledge of Kattar, that's who I thought won. Awesome contest. Who do you guys think is next for Emmett? And when I tell you, if I were to tell you, Emmett's next fight will be a number 1 contenders fight. I'm not telling you who. I'm not giving you more info than that. I'm just making a broad statement. Do you tell me it shouldn't be?